In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the current conditions, diving into that upcoming pattern as well as the severe weather. I feel like I've said the same thing in the intro for like 5 months straight because we haven't had any, well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but we haven't had a tropical system. We haven't had anything going on really outside of just upcoming pattern type things, typical pattern things. Cold fronts being the most extreme things we've seen, pretty strong lows, but in general, we have not seen any tropical activity, and we're approaching August 1st. We still don't expect any tropical activity over the next 5 days, so we might even get through the first week of August at least without any tropical activity, which is so incredibly interesting, actually, considering first off, it's expected to be a very active hurricane season, and second off, that's a below average start, anyway. So, just very strange stuff, guys, and I'm honestly interested to see what's going to end up playing out if we're going to continue in a quieter fashion or if things will actually pick up and kind of make up for the lost time. Only time we'll really be able to tell, but it is an interesting scenario that we're in. Now we can see that there is showery activity here along kind of the southwestern United States. It's mostly lighter showers. However, this is an area that has not seen a lot of precipitation recently at all, so it is interesting. We do have lighter showers here over Colorado and Wyoming for a little tiny area there. We do have a bit of a cold front moving through the upper Midwest, and this is bringing some thunderstorms, although things have dissipated over the last few hours. Then we have a pocket of precipitation over the south central United States here. This is mostly in the form of isolated and scattered thunderstorms. We do see some showers there over Oklahoma as well. We'll zoom into all these different regions though. Then we see a continuation of this. This is kind of our stationary front. We see a continuation of this precipitation in through Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and North Carolina there. And then for the tropical or kind of like the tropical regions here of the United States, we see these tropical thunderstorms taking place. Now, let's zoom into all these different regions. I know there's a lot to go over here. First off, for Oregon and California, we can see them moving in this direction, kind of like this. So things are kind of turning as they get further north. But again, look at that, all lighter greens, so all lighter showers, even for Southern California. I always kind of check if LA got hit by any of these. It's usually what I end up doing. But it looks like LA has kind of dodged these rainfall showers so far. But there is a chance that they will see some a little bit later on as we have showers happening for all of these regions here. So that is what we're looking at this point. Down for New Mexico, we also have some isolated showers that have now dissipated, but they were around this morning. And then again in Colorado and Wyoming here, we have these lighter showers happening at this point for these regions. Now, as we reach kind of Oklahoma here, we could see there was some thunderstorms here on the eastern front of things like this. But anywhere in this pocket in here, we see mostly showers. So Oklahoma City, all these areas, it looks mostly to me like heavier showers taking place. And that is some pretty heavy showers in there and pretty persistent showers. So that is impactful in itself, but I don't think there's thunderstorms at this point. Now, for the north central United States, again, we had kind of a cold front looking system moving through. Things have dissipated, especially along the middle of this line. But on the southern end, we still have some activity left over, and especially the northern end there. And there is a lot of thunderstorms associated with this, so we will be watching for all of this activity. Now, as we reach the south, we can see that there is just these tropical thunderstorms, and a lot of them are moving onshore to Louisiana at this point, and probably going to head onshore to a lot of different states like Texas, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, potentially later on. Let's just take a look at Louisiana because near New Orleans, we see these isolated thunderstorms moving onshore here, and these can be pretty potent. You know how it goes. These isolated tropical thunderstorms can have sudden downpours. They're very small, so they come and they go very quickly, but definitely heavier rainfall and a lot of lightning are going to be a possibility with these. Probably also water spouts can't be ruled out either. Now, here for Arkansas, northern Louisiana, northern Mississippi, and through Tennessee, we also have some thunderstorm activity, shower and thunderstorm activity here around. And again, this is all of our stationary front, which is a front that has equal force here from the south and the north. Maybe a little bit more from the south at this point, but this squeeze happening causes all the storms to move along the line instead of with it, so because the line isn't moving at all. Now, for Florida, I know we're jumping all over the place here, but I'm trying to go from west to east as best as possible. we see these isolated showers and thunderstorms heading onshore at this point, especially the further south you go. So for Miami, the Everglades, there's a better chance of these, but we do see that some of these are heading towards kind of the middle coast of Florida as well. Now, as we move up the line here, we can see that there is showers and thunderstorms happening here throughout Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and Virginia, as well as North Carolina at this point. And these look more like potential thunderstorms in here to me that are popping up. So for North Carolina and Virginia, we're seeing quite a bit of this activity. And also, look at this. I didn't notice this before, but we have a lot of activity offshore here. And thunderstorms keep kind of starting up there for kind of southern coastal North Carolina, just south of the Outer Banks. We're seeing quite a bit of thunderstorm activity down there. And this is an interesting looking storm. Sometimes we see systems like this as cold fronts move off, or we randomly get a tropical system in here. So can't rule anything out, although to me, I think there's not much chance of tropical activity over the next 5 days whatsoever. Now, I think that just about covers it. I try to be as thorough as possible. What we're going to do is move on and talk about the upcoming pattern. Anyways, here we are taking a look at the upcoming pattern, and by this afternoon, we're going to see most of the activity over the Mid-Atlantic and kind of some of the plains here of the United States, the Ohio Valley as well. We see quite a bit of this stationary front that's going just about like this is sitting over this region and causing persistent precipitation to occur. We'll see some activity still for the Gulf of Mexico here, and this low up here causing this cold front. Now, as we take a look at tomorrow afternoon on Monday, we can see a lot of the activity is just up here for the northeastern corner of the nation. We also see here that tropical thunderstorm activity still taking place, some showery activity in here still. And by Tuesday afternoon, we could see that we have possibly a bit of a cold front here, causing some precipitation all the way from the deeper south up through the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, and into the northeast as well. We see some activity here for the Rockies and then also for kind of the upper Midwest as well. Now, as we continue on, by Wednesday afternoon, we see a very strong low here and an even stronger one to the north, and we see a bit of a cold front stretching down from probably both of these. And this is causing, first off, cold air to pour in behind it, but not only that, pretty potent storms to take place up here in the upper Midwest. So we're going to be watching very closely for that. We see quite a bit of activity here in the southeastern corner of the nation as well, and then very, very spotty showers here for the western United States is what we're seeing. Now, by Thursday afternoon, we see this strong low just like this and a pretty potent cold front stretching down here. This is causing a pretty strong trough to try to form here in the eastern United States. We do see this monsoon activity kind of picking back up by Tuesday, and we also see some activity here in the northwest taking place as well. And then obviously we have some thunderstorms here in the southeast that's glaringly obvious, heading probably from south to north just like this, with the warm flow out in front of this cold front. That's likely what we're seeing there. Now, by Friday, we see this activity spreading and continuing here for the eastern United States as a whole. Friday, that's August 5th. We see some activity continuing here out west, but in general, a little bit quieter on Friday. Now, by Saturday, we see the activity kind of continuing on for the eastern United States, although there's a spotty area in between where we're not really seeing much of that. We also see a lot of activity here in the Rockies and the Four Corner states in general. We see a 982 millibar low pressure center up there in Canada, which is extremely strong. And this has a stretching cold front just like this. This is causing some cold air to pour in. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. By Monday, we see this cold front moves in just like this, causing precipitation obviously along that line like I mentioned. But not only that, we see the cold air trying to move into the northern United States. We do see some activity south of the cold front. Again, this is usually heading from south to north, or in this case, maybe kind of southwest to northeast, something like that is likely what we're seeing. Now, by Tuesday afternoon, we see that there will be, over the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and Mid-Atlantic, some thunderstorms taking place, and then also for the deeper south again, and then a little bit of some showery activity for the Four Corner states again. This is Tuesday, August 9th, and that's basically the end of our model run there. So that is the upcoming pattern as I see it. That is what we're looking at. Pretty stormy in the east, and some areas out west, or in areas that have not seen a lot of precipitation, are going to start to see a little bit more. Now, for the total precipitation over the next 10 days, here's what we're taking a look at. Anywhere in the whites, we're taking a look at practically no precipitation. Your grays will be about a tenth of an inch or less of precipitation. Your greens will be a tenth of an inch to half an inch. Your blues will be half an inch to an inch. Your yellows will be an inch to 2 inches. Your reds will be 2 to 5 inches. And then your browns will be 5 to 10 inches of precipitation. We can totally tell here that the eastern third of the United States here is still seeing a majority of the precipitation. This has been the case for over a month now, I would say. And that's just what we're taking a look at this point. Now, what we're going to do is move on here, take a look at that upcoming temperature pattern, and then go over the next 3 days of severe weather. Now, here's day one here on this temperature outlook, and as you can see, we have colder temperatures expected here for a lot of these areas here in the eastern half of the nation, but not only that, the four corner states, a lot of warmth out here for the Northwest. And then we see this warm squeezing north and south of that cold air that is going to just surround it and completely eat it up. So here's Monday, August 1st, and we can see just a tiny bit of this cooler air is left over at this point. We have a lot of warmth south of it, a lot of warmth north of it, and this is just going to continue to squeeze in and basically make it come to an end. We see the hottest temperatures compared to normal are up here in the northwestern corner of the nation here for August 1st. Now, for Tuesday, August 2nd, we can see a little bit of cooler air here for the deeper south, but now we have this really warm air here over the east coast of the nation, and then also for the central regions of the nation as well there. We can see that for Wednesday, August 3rd, we still have very, very hot temperatures taking place here over the central United States, also the East Coast dealing with some warmer temperatures, and then horseshoeing around here, we see warmer temperatures. This is pretty sporadic here, that what we're seeing here at this point in the model. It's pretty hard to differentiate the pattern. We do see that for the Northwest, we're starting to see cooler air pour in, and if it can work its way down the coast, that'll be a classic negative PNA. We also see some cooler temperatures here for the deeper south, pretty much warm everywhere else. Friday, August 5th, we see some cooler temperatures here the further south you go, and also here for the Northwest. So maybe a positive PNA trying to happen, and these warmer air temperatures would basically move into the east. But right now, that's not happening yet. By the 6th, we see things still kind of cooling here out west, and the warmth has headed a little bit further eastward, but it's still over the central United States. And then we see pretty neutral temps over the eastern part of the nation there. For August 7th, which will be Sunday, we see primarily this region dealing with most of the heat. And then, again, pretty neutral out west now, as well as a little bit below normal there for the deeper south. That is the look at this point. Now, for Monday, August 8th, it's a lot of the same. We just have these pockets that are a little bit hotter than others, but there is no clear-cut pattern. The model has kind of switched gears here a little bit. We do see cooler temperatures underneath. We see cooler temperatures here for the deeper south as well. So different regions seeing different conditions here, but very sporadic. Usually you have 1 or 2 or 3 different areas seeing different air masses, but in this case it looks like 6 or 7 different little things that are happening that are causing different temperatures to occur here. And this is the last frame. This is for Tuesday, August 9th. We have warmth over top, basically. We have a little bit of cooler temperatures here for the northeast, the deeper south, and then the southwest especially, dealing with these cooler temperatures still at this point compared to normal. Now, what we're going to do is move on and go ahead and take a look at the Storm Prediction Center. Now, here's the day one outlook on the Storm Prediction Center for Sunday, July 31st, or today from the time I'm making this video. We can see that there is 3 general thunderstorm risk areas there in the lighter greens. That's all the areas where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so heed every watch, warning, and advisory. The 3 darker green regions there are going to be our marginal risk areas where we expect isolated severe weather to occur, and then our yellow region there over Minneapolis and surrounding counties. That is where we have a slight risk at severe weather and expect scattered severe weather to take place. Now for day 2 here, we have 2 general thunderstorm risk areas in the lighter greens. That's where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so heed every watch, warning, and advisory. The darker green region there for the plains into the Ohio Valley is going to be our marginal risk areas where we expect isolated severe weather to occur here on Monday, August 1st. And then for day 3 here, we have our general thunderstorm risk area, very, very large one. And then we have our marginal risk there in the upper Midwest where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. And again, a slight risk over Minnesota again where we expect scattered severe weather to take place. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we're still at a 4 out of 6. Still at a 4 out of 6. Mostly because, again, there's still just no tropical activity. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons: Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovin Eagle, Larry the Pan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Don Carnes as well. I'd also like to thank our diamond patrons: Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Colessa, Catbite, Charles Tennant, Bill Dallas, Garys, and John Colisi also. I'd also like to thank our channel members: Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.